Hey, everybody. I had a frog in my throat through the start of that one. Anyhow, what's going on? The Avocado Show on a Tuesday morning. Quick run here, probably an hour and a half. We got our usual suspects in the chat. Kind of a chill, very quiet little crew here because I'm coming in unannounced. I think I got about 35, 40 folks visiting. And we're going to do dono makeups because I got a little far behind. This next few days, I'll actually be coming on every day, I think, because I have a little bit of gap between my music work that I've turned in a bunch of work, and I don't have to start for about another 5-6 days on the next batch. So I'm going to parachute in. Today, though, we're just going to do donos. There's always a small chance that at the end of this window here, I could get some cheese in, but I'm not going to bank on it. So I don't have my mods putting up the forum quite yet. If I see I have time, then I'll have them drop in a forum. We might do a quick run of cheese. So anyhow, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Don't forget, on Thursday is Halloween. So if you are doing nothing, which I'm sure you guys are all going to be eating candy corn, because I'm going to have a big bowl of candy through the whole session. I'll try to get in at a friendly time on Halloween. Spend about 4 or 5 hours chilling out. Get your playlist ready of anything you may want me to hear that's all spooky oriented, from the campy Joker songs all the way to film scores to whatever. Make it as macabre as possible. So yeah, that's my ting. So anyhow, let's just get going. I'm gonna start. I've got quite a bit here. Hi, Kairu. What's going on? Yes, I see you, Kairu. You're there. So let's just start it. Oh, look who's first. I swear to God, this is not a shill in 1 a.m. You know you don't have to do this, but, I mean, come on. Come on. The first one we're starting off is with, wait, what? Who, did somebody just clip something in, what? No, what? Who's clip? You making trouble already, huh? 1 a.m.? Fine. I'm going to put your song last then. No, I'm kidding. Here's your song, 1 a.m. It's coming up. All right, let's see what 1 a.m. wants us to check out, so stand by. We are going to be doing a song here, and thank you very much. Like I said, you don't have to be like, what? Anyhow, so the name of the track is coming from the artist Clipping, and the name of from the artist Clipping, and the name of the track is Nothing Is Safe. A little bit of a message here. Not sure if I'll be able to make the Halloween stream with my extra shifts at work, so I'm putting in my spooky song request a bit earlier. The storytelling in the song is amazing. It's very easy to visualize what is going on, and the way the production builds as the song progresses is awesome. Also, just a heads up, this group will make up most of my playlist redeem when I do it. Okay, well, you better hurry up because patty cakes are, and I already had a conversation about who's going to do the redeem first. I mean, come on. Let's do this. Our first track for the Avocado Show is coming in from 1 a.m. Let's go. And you say this is pretty heavy in your playlist, huh? The whole thing for me was the tones of everything that was used. I don't know when this track was written, but everything about it reminded me of the old, the Juno 106, the JP3, the TR-808 sounds. Even when they got into a little bit more of the super delicious stereo synth sounds, it sounded very old school. However, I don't know when this was written, and I'm looking at the video, so maybe this video was produced for the song after the fact. So I don't know when this was written, but nonetheless, the lyrics were a trip. There was that callback a little bit to, this was 2019, huh? Well, if it was 2019, I'm thinking maybe they used something like Reason or something. That's a production sound module, DAW kind of tone generator. But it definitely sounded like the emphasis on it was maybe sounding a little more in the Coolio stages of hip-hop production. And I am by far nowhere near 1 ounce of the level needed to be the guy to kind of be able to make my way around hip-hop and what the sound in the era would have dated to in other artists. But for some reason, there were some Coolio aspects for me in that, and I don't have whatsoever anywhere near a decent palette or, listening experience to hip-hop to A-B it. But I thought, though, the thing is with that whole thing with the track was that one of the things that I enjoyed was you know, maybe about 2 beats of nothing in between his rapping phrases instead of it being rapid fire. And then when the hook came in, though, the beef was there. All the synth was in there, and they doubled the vocals, or he doubled his rap and stuff. So as far as sonically what we might take away is what is a hook, you know, that was in position, I think, 2 or 3 times through this song. But the only thing that's pinging in my head right now is that, here's your paper, ding, 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 from that. Anyhow, so yeah, thanks for bringing that into the house, 1 a.m. of all people. That's what you got. You were jamming us to our hip hop, and thank you. Next in the house, Makuzia. What are you doing? How are you? First of all, Makuzia, what have you been up to? How was your weekend? Makuzia is going to bring into the house here some anime. And thank you very much for your generous donation, as per usual. Uh-oh, he doesn't give me any heads up on what this is all about, so we're making this experience nice and cold without any pre-messaging disposition. And so this one is called, the anime is called RE0, RE:0, regarding zero maybe. Call of the Witch. And again, thank you very much, Makuzia. Let's go. It's almost like a Halloween vibe to it, dark. Kind of has a Hindu India bit to that vocal melody. I don't know if that cello's going. Very demonic. Oh. Kind of lifted it to a whole completely different vibe right there. This is pretty badass. Pretty thematic in the sense that we're just, you know, knocking on the door of Halloween. Any horror composer would be just vibing on this for sure. I was getting so into that, Makuzia. One of the things that was a constant here, so yes, there was a little bit of a Danny Elfman vibe to it, or anything. You know, we at least for me, since I don't have a really big, you know, knowledge base of horror films and stuff like that, or things like the Tim Burton Nightmare Before Christmas, actually didn't really know much of that until, you know, my daughters and then the grandkids are all into Halloween, and then I sit with them while they're, you know, eating stuff and listen to music, and there is a very unique series of chords and styles that are used to evoke the spookiness, you know. But in this case, what was really bizarre that I enjoyed, there were the normal things that were going on that I would consider as like, which is there's, you know, a high, super high arpeggiation. I think through that whole track there was a really high up there arpeggiation, very much consistent with what we heard on the rap track that we just heard from 1 a.m., there was that deet, 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 deet. That creates an anxiety, you know, at least for me as a listener or as a composer, I would use that same kind of arrangement to do that. Well, even in this track, there was a very high arrangement that was an arpeggiation that was just going and going and going. I think it may have stopped a little bit as some of the track grew a bit. But then it went into this very unique, like if the composer was influenced a little bit by a Hindi, Pakistani, that kind of the world region vibe, because the voices that were in the back definitely had a little bit of the inflection of something from that zone. And then the chord changes had a very Phrygian kind of vibe to it. I don't know, Amon, you check me if I'm wrong on that. So that was a different, like, oh, okay, where does the composer want to take us on that? There was a minor third into the major third resolve on that, and but the whole thing, I mean, I was really kind of getting into it. At the last second, I looked up and go, oh my God, this is almost over, because it was really producing a very unique journey of kind of a purgatory, kind of a spookiness, but yet with a little, like kind of a candy-coated dagger. Does that make sense? Kind of vibe because of those changes. So that's just kind of how I felt about it. And it was actually excellent drop for this Halloween, you know, session this week. So thank you. And I hope you're doing well, Makuzia. Thank you very much for that. I really appreciate that. Okay, next up is S. Dixon. Are you here, my friend? Let's see what S. Dixon has going on here. Uh-oh. I think we're going to be listening to some heavy stuff. Oh, where's S. Dixon? Dixon, are you here? Come on, Dixon. I think I saw you here earlier. Were you here? Okay, well, this is for you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming in here and hanging out. Whoops, let me do this really quick. Yeah, let me do that. Okay, here we go. Are we ready? The name of the band is Death Grips, and it's called, the name of the song is Pss Pss. Something like that. You guys tell me if you recognition. Here we go. Hi, Dixon. Here we go. For you.
So you doing B-side with the FB? I'm on a grind that in the future before. So don't get dogs go to heaven, cause the bitches let them in. They're just righteous and they wanna fuck. Got chills out, but she doesn't touch. This is where I don't come in. This is where I have been made. Have a sad come, baby.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought by the name of the track it meant like heavy metal, but this is really trippy. That low sub bass. Boom, 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 boom.
Dip, drop you like asses and you trip. I can't stop it when I trip. You can't stop it when you trip. It's on your face like a.
Yeah, it's definitely got a big swim in it. As if the purpose of it is to make you a little uneasy, like in the head, like if you're listening to the cans, it's doing it.
Been recorded since beginning time. Up in your body like sickest one line. I'm the only thing ever on my mind. You're one of those things I never rewind. Coming at your back and like carbon fools with my shows. I'm throwing in the bass like I chose.
Dixon, when was this track released?
These are my gold bars melted on bones. My drum hits like martial law. You not like true. I fuck it out and I dip. Drop you like asses and you trip. I can't stop it when I trip. You can't stop it when you trip. It's on your face like a. You lick up the place like yo. Excuse me. We pick up the place like yo. I'm the fuck you're chasing like.
Man, these guys are kitchen sinking this.
If I were her and she was him, we would go and fuck ourselves again and again. Life is very dangerous and it wants to rearrange us like your friends, like the end. Show me in the toilet and I'll show you how I bought it with my mind in my mind. Watch it out in the parking lot. Fuck me while the whole world watches waste our time. I fuck it out and I dip, drop you like ass and you trip. I can't stop it when I drip. You can't stop it when you drip. It's on your face like a you lick up the place like your it's on your face. We pick up the face like what? I'm the fuck you're chasing like
Damn. I was trying so hard to try to figure out these unique uses that they were with a lot of the swimmingness that was going on, you know, with the stereo imaging. The sounds were so uncomfortable. Like they really put you in a really dark, spinning kind of vibe. You know, even some of the little things like the very high sine wave blips, beep, 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 when they would come in. It just was really, so far everything about this last few songs has put me in a place of like, man, it's trippy, spooky shit going on here and stuff like that. The lyric content on this was a lot more psilocybin driven, peyote buddish. I'm trying to connect the dots with what the lyrics are. But this was like a lot more like horror flickish kind of a track to me in my mind, the imaging that was painting because of the tones that were being used for the loops. So, and then I was catching in and out of some of the lyrics on that, Dixon, and I couldn't quite put my finger on what if there was any particular messaging in this, but it was like cryptic. How about that? Cryptic horror hip hop. Is that a good way to put it? But the thing that really just got me, and actually it reminded me of some things that are like a couple things I may have heard on TikTok. Not this song, but that swimmy, you know, that might have been used as a sound or something in TikTok posts or something like that. But Zach Hill. Oh, okay. Okay, I got that. Okay. Yeah, somebody may have posted that earlier. But it was a trippy track, man. And like I said, I'm since I'm not a big fan. No, wait a second. Let me get that right. I'm not a enriched listener to a lot of different hip hop. You know, this is totally brand new to me. There we go. That makes more sense. So, anyhow, so yeah, I heard that there was a couple of that. There's a couple of lyrics in there where I was. Did he say that? Is that what he said? Is that what that meant? But for a guy my age, though, I have to sew these things together differently because my brain doesn't, you know, that kind of, you know. Shostakovich. Thank you. I'm sorry, Snow is straightening me out on something. Okay, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. All right, next up, Mikisu, or Miksisu. We are going to be doing a folk track. And this one is, it's a game. We're doing a game. This game is the League of Legends. The name of the track is Fiddlestick Theme. This is the theme of Fiddlesticks, a champion from League of Legends. The ageless horror known as Fiddlesticks stalks the edge of mortal society, drawn to areas thick with paranoia, where it feeds upon terrorized victims. Very fitting for spooky themed stream, or for the way I think usually by 10 o'clock at night when I assess what this world has just gone through. So, this must be perfect. Will be perfect for that. Let's go. Even the thumbnail's heavy.
When feels like calm and wind stands still, run home, run home. As the crows make night of the fading sun, hide now, hide now.
Oh, she's got like a Seed of Chucky vibe here.
Stay down, stay down. Though its light beckons forth, a melody calls out.
Wow. That mode use is very unique there in the melody. The real creepiness is hanging in the drone work. So this is the drone, this tone here. But they use it in different techniques. Fantastic. So well done. This was so well composed. I think one of the things about it that I love the most is the fact that you can pull beauty or you can pull severe heaviness and darkness and horror from using drone techniques. Drone techniques have been used, or, a lot of times it's locking the tonic down, or, pedaling a note, let's just say. Many different ways to kind of approach that droning. But the term in of itself is having a series of either a note or a combination of notes that are throughout the whole arrangement. A lot of times when we consider drone, or when I think of that term, it's something that's very low. It almost reflects what the word is, drone, so it's something very low that'll, But in this case, what I really loved what was happening is that the established drone tone, which was this, I believe, if I'm still correct, if I'm still locked onto the tone, is kind of inserted into our minds, even though they've left that tone range a couple times in the track itself. So in other words, losing that low end, but yet picking up that same note in other parts of the arrangement to keep that in there. And then on top of it, the melody that was sung there had a very unique modal twist to it. And I thought that was really badass. And also the way this was presented, also as far as the video, was super slick and scary. I also loved the little kitty voice. That little voice there, that little Seed of Chucky kind of vibe. Or I don't know if you guys remember, for us old farts, Telly Savalas, Talking Tina. How many of you guys remember that from Twilight Zone? The Talking Tina with Telly Savalas? And had that very creepy tone in her voice. It was a doll that would never die. And yeah, that was really super trippy. That kind of gave me that vibe. You guys remember that, Kairu? Amon, you guys remember that by any chance? My name is Talking Tina, and I don't like you. Or, my name is Talking Tina, and I'm going to kill you. How trippy was that? You guys remember that? You know what? Screw it. Let's see if Talking Tina. Let's see. Telly, I don't know, Savalis, Talking Tina. I mean, hell, since we're doing kind of Halloween weekish, let's see if there's an essence of it. Oh, this is it. This is it. Wait. Maybe, I don't know which one to play, but maybe this is it. But
My name is Talkie Tina, and I'm beginning to hate you.
did you guys remember? Any of you guys remember that now? I get all chicken skin and weirded out about that. Do you guys remember? Maybe there's another scene. Wait, where he gets all. Wait a minute.
Oh,
So you have feelings.
doesn't everything?
Then I can hurt you.
Not really, but I could hurt you.
Wait a second. Let me see what else happens here. And I think there's a part where he tries to cut off his head or something. Anyhow, I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but it is scary AF. It was a great episode, wasn't it, for those of us who remember it? But at the very end, he gets really mental and he tries to, I don't know, if you guys want to see it, that's what it's called, the Twilight Zone classic. It's called Living Doll, and it's called You'll Be Sorry. Anyhow, I went off on that little tangent only because the track we just listened to had that spooky element to it, you know? It was really, really super trippy, and I really dug it. So thank you, Meek Sisu, for bringing that into the house as well. My name is Talking Jeebs, and I'm getting old. Take your time, I will. Okay, next up, Kairu. Okay. Kairu wants us to listen to some Super Mario Galaxy. This one is called Ghostly Galaxy. We're getting in on the Halloweeny thingy here. A simple level tune that is perfect mood for tonight. Or is this Halloweeny? Here we go. Let's just go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Walking through a mystic forest with full moon, a little bit of fog. It's okay, Kairu, send me another one. I love that high melody. I forgot, what's the name of the mellotron? No. Aman, what's the name of that instrument that you move your hand over? Has that vibe? Theremin, thank you. This is great. Perfect little spooky, not too sure what's coming around the corner vibe. Little play around with the violin there, almost giving you a chance of getting through the mystic forest. The cello pizzicato arrangement's really nice, very light, kind of acting as a bass, a line in the arrangement. Ooh, I love that theremin sound. Throw a little EDM in there with that little sequence for that arpeggiation. So apparently something that loops through the game, especially with that violin. Da, da, da. Sorry, you guys. I could have done it an octave lower. Da, da. There was a little bit of like this dancing around with like this, like I said, like a very mystic. Like it wasn't quite super creepy. Like if you were walking up to a castle, you know, that's what's it called when you shoot light from behind it. I forgot the term. Anyhow, that there's maybe a bat or two hanging out, but there's still stars in the sky with like a moon and stuff like that. And it's not quite as scary. I mean, it would. So in other words, if the visual in my mind would have been, or if this would have been a little darker, it would be that same walk, but this time with rain and stuff falling down in it. But I guess being that it's part of a video game and one that I don't think has a lot of horror elements in it or moments in it, it was very nice. It was very light. It was very light horror, light scary, light mystical. Like another vision I had in my head while listening to it would have been like, you know, a couple of witches just mixing a little brood. You know, that kind of, yeah, you know, kind of thing. Silhouette's the word I'm looking for, Kairu. You know, when you have a silhouette looking, the castle in the background or the cats. But yeah, it's kind of like, you know, mixing a little Eye of Newt kind of thing. That was cool. Yeah, drum up your other stuff for Thursday if you got more scary stuff, which I'm sure you do. Okay, next up, and thank you for your dono as well. First of all, I want to say how's it to Arctic Stark. Thank you so much for resubscribing. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. Next up is coming from our buddy, the Kebab Seller. And so we are going to be doing a track from an anime called Code Geass, Geass. And the name of the track is With You. And his message is, only way I could describe it is a hug of warmth and love. Oh, nice. So we go from some spookiness now to some super chill and some emotional, like maybe we all need a little warmth and hug right now. How about that? Do we all need a little warmth and hug right now? Because apparently this is what this vibe is. So I could always use some. I'm always down for that. Let's go. Thin body ovation, steel string guitar. And those strings just enriched it. Just that's the hug right there. The strings. Very clean right hand technique. Love that. They warmed it up with a low arrangement there. That's an English horn. I just got a little chills from that. Beautiful. I think we all, no matter what our, I'm only going to, I speak for myself, but I think that somewhere, even if you are the darkest, gnarliest of human beings in the sense of the kind of music you listen to and all that, and there's a lot of folks that, you know, are full-on gnarly heavy metal folks and everything like that, that do have quite a palette of listening to music and stuff, but a song like that just has to turn everybody into just, you know, butter and honey. You just kind of go, ugh. Just even if my positive love life or relationship life with whatever isn't all that, at least for 2 minutes and 50 seconds, there is some kind of theater of the mind that could be conjured up with listening to a track like that. You know, that could just, you know, break whatever craziness our day might be going through or something for a couple minutes, and you'd be able to feel it, even if it's not your, you know, jam kind of thing. I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't want to, you know. All right, Jared, take care, buddy. We'll see you. Really quick, I want to, somebody dropped in a really quick note here. Hi, Luke. How are you? Or Luca Ter TT had asked me in a question, first time dropping in, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but I do want to respond to it really quick. I said, hello, after all this time you had your YouTube channel, how your perception of metal has changed? Did the genre grow on me? It's so funny you left a message like that, because today while I was chilling, I was thinking about the channel and the impression that it's made on me, not only as the genres were 10 times more than I ever could have imagined, but the musicianship and arrangement. So yeah, it has. I'm actually going to do a video and pop it up on the Decomposer Lounge about that influence, you know. So anyhow, I hope you're doing well. Thanks for dropping by. Always good to see new people coming in, say how's it. Next up here on the Dono Makeup is coming from Longanimals, and we are doing a track called Spider Hole by Billy Woods. Billy Woods is a very intellectual and experimental underground rapper. And I take it looks like maybe this is still part of like a Halloween horror thing. I'm just looking at the thumbnail here. The album is produced by Kenny Segal. I know lyrics aren't your thing, but in hip-hop it's pretty important, and I think what he's saying, what he has to say is interesting. Okay. Well, it's not that I'm not into lyrics, but what I will say before we start this is that because I started my reaction journey with heavy metal, I didn't get a chance to hear a lot of the lyrics because it's all blah, 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 which is okay. I don't mean that to make fun of it, but it's just so hard to make out what it is that unless I have lyrics in front of me, you know. But rap is different, and I think where it's positioned in the mix, I definitely have a much cleaner line on what they're saying, you know. So, but thank you for bringing up that point. I appreciate it. Let's go. I like that if this is part of the hip-hop genre, that the experimental aspect that you mentioned in it earlier
my breath in the crawl
really
space, weight taped to my body. Barbarians at the gate, Benghazi. Wait, tape ain't even out yet, how the hell they get a copy? Survived by the grace Mugabe, averted eyes advised, passing through the building lobby. You don't want smoke? National Geographic, Negroes cooking coke, anthropologists watch the Negroes sell dope. On huddle corners, corner stores, jotting notes. Hand in hand, much as they forefathers before. It's a good trope. Fascinating stuff.
That high arrangement's a great addition to this.
Clutched. 4 million USD hovering over some mud huts. It's nuts. It's not the heat, it's the dust. Sour when the wind gusts crush. Smile, copping legal weed from fake hole in the wall. Orchestra at Carnegie Hall. No man of the people, I wouldn't be caught dead with most of y'all.
Oh, that's badass right
Don't
there.
call me again what I should have said when he called.
Great addition with that piano right there, that lo-fi kind of stanky upright piano.
Fake hole in the wall. I don't want to go see Nas with an orchestra at Carnegie Hall. No man of the people, I wouldn't be caught dead with none of y'all. Don't call me again, what I'll say when you call. It's just me in the spider hole, that's the best part. From here the war seemed really far. The mirror was a
Yeah,
sword.
man, go.
No
I love
beef.
this.
I cooked the chicken and lard, crept in your house like a thief, trapped the window ajar. First time I saw them put a trap in the car, eyes wide, felt like the internet. Snipers in the minaret, little tiny spoon for the mignonette. The job was to sit there all day and press refresh. Declined politely, proceeded to spread the blame widely. Rubber gloves, crisp lapels, bloodshot in high society. You know his turds don't smell. To the desperate soul spells, confident I never see him again. And if so, what? You get what you pay for in the end.
She's got her own game going on. What does that mean? You know what it means. You've got your game going on. I've got my game. What's your game? Everybody's got a game.
Okay, this was really super badass for me to experience. Apparently, it was just released 2 months ago, so very recently produced. I think one of the important things about hip hop that I've learned through my journey of music is the importance of having a phrase that repeats, albeit through the whole track or maybe at highlight points. But it is as important, as far as I'm concerned, than the performer or the rapper doing, their artwork, is to find that significant loop, which is in this case, da, 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 da. But did you listen to how the producer used that phrase in different elements? That stanky upright piano, it kind of came in and it was infused in the chord changes. And then there was another iteration of it. And then I believe, I'm not too sure now, as I recall, there was every now and then there was this very high series of notes. I don't know if it was the same exact melody as that, but it added a little bit of clarity to the macabre style of the engineering. So, I mean, as far as this picture versus the sound, it sounded like a dusty, not out of your head kind of vibe yet. In other words, like if you're trapped in some kind of heaviness, nothing about that track was really crispy in its mix. It was all I don't know if lo-fi is the way to say with it, to go with it. But then there was that really super high thing that came in, a melody of sorts. I don't know if it was the same one. That kind of broke that little vibe a little bit. And I did catch some of the lyrics, or a good percentage of the lyrics. So, of course, there's a heavy story within that. But the lyrical content, the tone of his voice, and this production were just fire. So, and that's coming from somebody that doesn't know much about it, let's say, hip-hop, as anywhere as all the other genres I have been familiar with. Thanks for bringing that in. This has been a really great stream. I don't know. There's only a handful of us here, and I have a very eclectic, bunch of music thrown to me. But for some reason, you guys know, if you guys are like usual suspects, sometimes there's streams that really just kind of are like, let's go. This is crazy. Excuse me. Next up is coming from Next794. This is a track called, this is a game. Yeah, you're right, Judgment. Some of these streams do hit completely different. This is a game. Don't know if I've done anything from this. You guys ever heard of Jet Set Radio Future? What is that? Jet Set Radio Future. The name of this track is called Funky Dealer. And the message is Jet Set Radio Future is a game published by Sega that is a sequel to Jet Set Radio. Guess I wouldn't know. Oh, okay. Well, released in 2002 and developed for the Xbox. Or maybe it was in all those DVDs that I got when I bought the Xbox and never really played it. So that would be my fail. Anyhow, this is coming to us from Next 794. Let's do this.
I ain't a winner. Pay the front line, take the don'ts. He's coming out again for a new point. Get your bets down, ladies and gentlemen. 4-4's the point, mark 4. Ace, deuce, scrap,
What is it,
mark
like
4. Ace, deuce, scrap,
inline
mark
skate
4.
park
Ace, deuce,
game?
Scrap, mark 4. Ace, deuce, scrap, mark 4. Ace, deuce, ace, deuce, scrap, mark 4. Scrap, mark 4. Who wants the hard 4? 5 wants 4.
Check me out, y'all.
That bass,
I ain't a
Phil.
winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. 4, and he made us the hard way. Pay the front line, take the hard. We have a shooter and a good one. Coming out for a new point. Get your bets down, ladies and gentlemen. He's a rolling point is 9. Place 9. Place
Glassy
9.
bass sound, yeah?
8 shooting for 9. 5 shooting for 9. He's a rolling point is 9. Place 9. 8 shooting for 9. 5 shooting for 9.
So I never saw this or played this. Is music playing while they're airbrushing the walls and skating in bowls or something?
Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets, place your bets. Who wants to come? 6 the point. Who wants to come? 6 the point. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen.
That's such a Paul Jackson line. Paul Jackson Jr. is a great guitar player, session player in LA. I worked with him a few times on some sessions. He's unbelievable. But that's so his arrangement.
5 shooting for 9. He's a rolling point is 9. Place 9. 8 shooting for 9. 5 shooting for 9. Who wants to come? Place 6.
Jump back. Kiss myself.
Coming out again for a new point. Bets down, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on, get those emojis going, guys.
5 wants 4.
Check me out, y'all.
4 4's the point, mark 4. Ace, deuce, scrap, mark 4. Ace,
Somebody's got to
deuce,
GIF that.
Scrap, mark 1. I ain't a winner. Got a hot hand. Got a hot hand. Hot hand. I ain't a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't a winner. Got a hot hand. Got a hot hand. Hot hand. I ain't a winner. Got a hot hand. Who wants to come?
Check me out, y'all.
I ain't a winner. Got a hot hand.
You guys notice that the bass line
Place your bets,
changed
ladies
up,
and
right?
gentlemen. I ain't a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets. Place your bets. I ain't a winner. Pay the front line.
Up, there's the
take
bass line
don'ts.
again, or the bass player.
He's coming out again for a new point. Get
Ish.
your bets down, ladies and gentlemen. 4 4's the point, mark 4. Ace,
I'm
deuce,
just
ace,
saying,
ace,
Judgment.
who wants
I'm
to
just
come?
saying.
6 the point, who wants to come? 6 the point, who wants to come? 6 the point. Play 6.
You know, I just I don't know. I don't remember getting that in the bundle when I got the the Xbox when it first came out. Yeah, that's just a really fun track, really super funky. I could see by the thumbnail how the music production probably worked great for this. I guess these kids are going out there and graffitiing and maybe in this game, did they do tricks too? Were they in skate parks and stuff doing stuff, or was it just kind of a tagging thing? I mean, whatever the concept is, I only know what I'm seeing here on it. Super funk. It was like just speeding up some good old school 70s James Brown funk, and then giving the composer giving it its own twist, and so yeah, that's I love the track. It put me in a great mood. All right, next up on the Dono makeup is Cycloid. We're doing another. Oh, I actually got a pretty good response on this when I cut this little section out of my last stream. Apparently Warframe is a very much played game right now and very, very revered for its music. I know that first track I heard was absolutely stunning. So coming from Cycloid is from the OST Warframe. The name of the track is For Narmer. And the message is here, next Warframe track. Oh, he put in the last one, that's why. Boy! Next Warframe track, note the spoiler is a reference to something that you won't be able to get unless you play the game, so you don't have to worry. This song happens after a big story event where you are revising the zone where the We All Lift Together song was the zone's introduction cut scene. Oh, that must have been the first one I listened to. All right, guys, we're doing Warframe. Let's go.
Heal the pain of independence. Strong, our wise and trusted friend. We united in one vision.
I love how that melody is actually followed by single note piano.
Rise to sing of sorrows end. He the bringer of the vision bids you answer to his call. Praise
Oh, can you hear the build
wise and
creeping in the back?
mighty balance.
Tempo-wise.
He the ruler of us all. For we're all one, and the work's begun for Narmer.
Keeping it darkened in the minor pocket.
And we all run to our golden sun for Narmer. Here today we sing our story.
I like how the choral work is not necessarily choral work as much as
We have found our
vocal work, meaning very small section.
virtue once was worked together, but virtue now is lived alone. Free we are now from each other, brothers, sisters, daughters, sons, where once we dreamt of independence. Now we stand and dream alone. We were all for one. Now the work's begun for Narmer. And we all run to the golden sun for Narmer, for Narmer.
Nice. Nice setup for a release there. Super beautiful approach to the production in this, being that the anticipated builds that the composer started teasing us with never really came to pass in the expectation that it was going to blow into something stronger. So it kept, in other words, in the arrangements, even when the lower, there was a synth, a little arpeggio, and it brings you to this place when you think that the release is going to be some bigger run of arrangements, but yet pulls all the way back and allows the vocal production and arrangements speak louder. So I don't know anything about this game, but I don't know if it's a group of people working together to do something, and maybe the vocals and the arrangements represented that group of characters or something doing something together in kind of a pondering, sad kind of part of the game. And because I don't know gameplay, I can't, and I'm only can give you what it is that I'm feeling as I'm listening to it. But it did have a little bit of a Renaissance vibe. I don't know why I pull from that in the melody. And that start, that really pensive two-note start with the piano. Dun, dun. I don't have my piano on, obviously. I should start doing that. Just kind of sets you up for something that's going to be very, like I said, dark, pensive kind of a thing. You know, and then also when like I said earlier, when the vocals came in and the melody started shining a little bit more, I liked how there was just a single note piano that was underneath it. And to me, that's a very powerful way to relay the heaviness of a melody when it's written in this capacity, in this kind of genre of feeling, you know, kind of thing. So, yeah, but I think Aman, I think the reserved aspect of the production actually, for me, it may have emphasized some kind of intensity of where they were in the game or something like that. I'm not too sure. Like kind of a midpoint or something, you know. Anyhow, okay. Don't have much time left, but I only have 3 to make up here. The Scheider 25 wants a band called. Let me see here. This is Apashe and Sofiane Pamart. Forgive me, I destroyed that. Name of the song is Devil May Cry, and this is his message is hello from France. Hola. No, that's Spanish. Forget it. I'm not even going to try. How do you say bonjour? Bonjour. I think that's how you say it. All right, guys, let's do this. Let's see what this is all about. Chord changes are very Euro movement. Oh. Trippy compression on the track. Same chord changes, different voicings. Oh, no, sorry, my bad. A little something else there. You know, there's a little sprinkle of Mozart. I love the breathing of the big brass section. The pulsating in the arrangement. I don't know, but I'm going to say something stupid here like I normally do anyhow. It gives me a little Rock Me Amadeus. I don't know why. Maybe just because of the drum percussion or that arrangement that just blasted in there. Are the game business finish? No, I was waiting for it. Duh. Without a doubt, it in of itself is probably part of a many tracks that tell a bigger story with this musically. The addition of all the electrical work on things, the traps, the drums, and other things that came in was very unique. And I don't know anything. I'm so old. I've gone way beyond the point of diminished returns and trying to figure out how in the mixes that when they put in the heavier percussion, how it triggers the compression if it happens in mastering, or what happens that the overbearing amount of the volume of the drums or the kit and stuff like that comes in kind of shoves the tones of the rest of the arrangement behind it. It's a volume thing and a compression thing, and how that's triggered, I think, because it gives it that pulsing, breathing kind of vibe in your ears too. It almost kind of reminds me of that, even though I don't play Hollow Knight, I've listened to a couple of the tracks and how every time Hollow Knight might get hit, how it numbs and compresses back that music and then kind of comes back to life. I don't know how the engineers do that, but it's a unique technique. For me, truly, I do enjoy it, but it's a little distracting because my brain all of a sudden goes into that. How are they doing that? Why are they doing that? And I'm missing some of the arrangement there. But that was a really fun track. Apparently, a lot of people here fully dug it. Next up, Rotten Sound Garden. It looks like we're finishing off. These last two tracks here are going to be metal according to the genre boxes they've checked off here. First of all, Rotten Soundgarden, how are you? How you been? This one is called Rolo Tomassi. That's the artist. The name of the track is A Flood of Light. Rolo Tomassi, A Flood of Light, is a UK progressive hardcore band with an electric sound. Ava Corman, the singer, does the clean and harsh vocals. Okay. And I was lucky enough to see them live at the Sydney Orchestra. All right. He picked this song in memory of a friend who passed away last week. Oh, Brav, sorry about that. That's a bummer. But it's a moment to kind of reflect in the memory. Something of this track definitely brings you two together. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's go. Was not expecting that. alternating in the drum pattern, really sick. Well, that's a healthy amount of slapback groove on that snare. Yeah, I was just thinking about that. I'm on that bass pattern along with what's the straight aspect of what the drum's doing. On top of the, the ghost work. Pretty low in the mix there, huh? Right there, that little turnaround section is very heavy. There's like a blended pad situation going on here. The attacks and the releases shift and the tones are different, but beautiful and ambient. Ooh, very nice. This is really nice. Oh, I love this flip on the tone of her voice in this heaviness instead of being the growling. She's given us the more softer, sympathetic vibe in her tone. Until then. Well, that change right there, I loved. That I just lifted. Dark and beautiful. Yeah? heaviness of the pain between the anger is what this reminds me of, this section here. This is the vibe I'm getting. This section is like, anytime it's softened up, use those particular chords that had an arrangement like this, reminds me of, it just feels like the profound sadness of a moment. And then when the track blows up is the anger and the pain of the moment. Heavy track. Once again, sorry for your loss, man. And I can tell if this is a song that reminds you of your friend, or maybe a way that helps you express, you know, what you're feeling or whatever it may mean to you on a personal level. Going into it, knowing that it was something profound as a piece of music for something, you know, for the passing of your friend. I think maybe I listened to it with a different set of ears, kind of marrying what that could be with this kind of a song and going in and out of the power of the arrangements a couple times. And also those 2 times with the chord changes became somewhat uplifting in a dark, heavy way. There's some beautiful work in there. And then, like I said earlier, I love the fact that kind of breaking a little bit of the typical what you might be expecting to hear during that powerful, gnarly wall of sound, like Amon had said earlier, where, you know, perhaps a vocalist would go ahead and just give you the full rip shred vocals in there, but a couple of times elected to be very clean, as if to be in that purgatory between the sadness and the heaviness of a lighter, you know, a reflection into the pain of maybe why did it happen, or why did you leave me, or something of that kind of vibe. I don't know. That's just kind of what I got through with it, you know. But anyhow, once again, sorry for your loss. Thank you for bringing that track. Thank you for always hanging out too. You know, it's always great when I love seeing your name pop up through here and you're chilling with us. Okay, guys, this is the last one because I was supposed to have a 12:30 hard stop, but this actually is the last one on the dono, so I timed it perfect. This is from Great Sage Sun. This is Serj Tankian. Oh, is that from System of a Down? Of the Down? I believe it is. Or not. It could be. This is No Tomorrow. Metal Hellsinger is a rhyme game. And this song for the final boss. Imagine fighting the judge of hell with 2 kitchen sink size revolvers and a sword. You have to move, slash, and shoot the rhythm of the song. Oh, really? It's a rhythm track. Okay, cool. I still haven't gotten too much farther with that other rhythm game that I have. I forgot what that one was called. Hi-Fi Rush. Okay, slash, just shooting the rhythm of the song while dodging demons in various patterns of hellfire. Okay. Is this the same Serj, guys? From System of the Down? I don't know. It sounds like it could be. I don't know. Let's do this. Sage Sun, let's go. All right. Oh, it is. Good. Okay. I wonder if the track was written for this or if it was later a downloadable content.
Wow. Final note
That is such a signature Serj vocal play right there in the arrangements. Very powerful. This is a great track. Production and engineering and arrangements are very unique compared to my journey with System of a Down. But the tone of his voice, wow. And he's always pulling from his Armenian roots. Hear the string arrangement behind the dadas? God, I love that guitar riff. Well, that's not typical for him to do that. Then again, what do I know? There it is, some of that Armenian Arabic flex in the arrangement. God, those harmonies are so him. Boy, that's giving me Satriani vibes. Ooh, macabre, spooky metal here. With those vocals in the background or whatever that pad is. That drummer's crushing. Never heard his voice in this tone before. He's got like some of that Alter Bridge Kennedy reach every now and then. It's incredible. Slipping in the cut time for us. There's a little callback to one of the old System of the Down songs right there. Can you hear it, or is it me? It seems like there's a callback in that phrasing. Yes, aerials. Wow, what a perfect way to end the stream. Thank you! Thank you, San Francisco! Thank you! Thank you! What a perfect way to end the stream. What a great track. I've never heard Serj's vocal expression in this capacity because whatever music I listen to is on these channels and stuff, so I don't have all of the collection. So apparently, as far as him using the darker, growlier sound of his voice, as somebody had mentioned earlier on, was some more recent works from his. He shows some of that. There are always going to be these parts of arrangements that musicians will stay close to because it just works for them. And that Armenian style of composition of vocals, and both in pattern and in tone, is extremely evident throughout almost everything that he does. Of course, he definitely has a very unique voice. I can't help but image him in my mind, even when he's performing, whether it be in a recording studio or in front of people. He's very animated with his face and stuff like that. You can hear it in the tones of his words. That, at certain times you have to get very wide mouthed to get certain tones out of your voice and stuff. And he's very animated in his videos and everything. It does sound like the production, this was released 2 years ago. It sounds like the production probably was leaning on a little bit more of the polished metal tones in guitars and stuff like that, and other additions in the arrangements. There were some really unique things that were happening with strings, but they were buried in the back. There was a slight emphasis on kind of pseudo-choral pad work that would follow some of his work and so on and so forth. But it was a powerful track, and this is a great way for me to learn more about him as an artist as well. I believe, didn't System of a Down also start in Los Angeles too? I don't recall. Just an incredible, just between him and his bandmates and all the writers, all the way to where he is, this incredible journey for him. And it's always fun to hear new things from him. Okay, guys, listen. DePeebs, I noticed you did drop in something today, but I got to bail. I gotta get out of here. I'm not going to make cheesy or anything. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing Wheel of Cheese. Come back for that, DePeebs. I will do your song first on Thursday's session. So thank you guys for coming out. This was just a last minute thing. After I taught today, I didn't have to do any tour work, so I came back here, decided to light it up for you guys. And all that being said, though, sorry I didn't get to any Wheel of Cheese, but I got about 15 minutes to clear my throat before I have a Zoom call in about 20 minutes. 1 a.m., I'm going to reach out to you tomorrow. I want to try to figure out what the heck's wrong with my app from Discord on my phone. Maybe you can walk me through it. Turnip and 1 a.m., thank you for hanging out. I know that the other guys have been really busy. I appreciate your showing up. And everybody here, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. It was a really fun, really intimate little group. Afa, thank you for a recent follow. And this was a real intimate session, and I really dig it. And it was very eclectic, a very super cool stream with, we covered a lot of hip hop and some other things. So all that being said, I want to say thank you. I will see you guys tomorrow for Wheel of Cheese. I'm gonna try to get started at 2. I might get started a little earlier. I don't know. Just keep an eye on your notifications if they actually make it. You know how Twitch is.